Spiritual journeys give moments of peace, calm, and reflection. Well, talking about Egypt and talking about spiritual tourism, we have many different activities. We are talking about spiritual events, we are talking about festivals, also, we are talking about visiting some of the sacred sites here in Egypt, in addition to meditation as well. So, when we talk about Egypt, the spiritual soul in Egypt is just like an underground river. Well, talking also about people living in Egypt, and there is something like a life force that bring all people together from different communities, just living together in peace and tranquility. So, talking about Egypt and spiritual tourism, one can say that Egypt is a key destination to a spiritual traveler. More than just being a center for major religious civilizations, such as the Coptic civilization and the Islamic civilization, Egypt also holds a long history of ancient spiritual practices and beliefs that are unique to its geographical landscape and natural environment. As Egypt has always been a hub for various religious sites and activities. A number of researchers in the UN WHO report have also pointed out that religious and spiritual tourism cannot take place without the contribution of local communities, as cultural values and natural landscapes are usually attached to local communities who protect, preserve, and promote these values and landscapes.
religious and spiritual tourism has also enabled communities to change their awareness of ecosystem and the environment.
Now let's start by talking about this huge project adopted by Egypt to revive the root of the Holy Family in Egypt. We have many important sites. All of these sites now are ready to be visited and to receive visitors coming from all over the world to find out more about the root of the Holy Family in Egypt.
The Holy Family's journey in Egypt had great historical and religious significance for Egyptians. It had given the Egyptian Coptic Church a special position among other Christian churches. The Holy Family traveled in Egypt for around 3 years and 6 months. The duration of the Holy Family's journey in the places they visited varied from a few days to few months. Family's flight to Egypt is associated with archaeological sites from Sinai to the Delta and Asyut in Upper Egypt. government has been keen on documenting the Holy Family's period in Egypt, with a view to register it on the UNESCO World Heritage List. The revival of the itinerary of the Holy Family in Egypt is believed to contribute a better understanding of Egypt and its people, and to the promotion of its beauty and values to the whole world. And of course, this project will also encourage tour operators and travel agents to develop cultural tourism programs around the route of the Holy Family for a discovery of the historical and spiritual treasures of Egypt.
And moving on to another spiritual site. This time we are talking about the largest religious project in the world. We are talking about the Great Transfiguration in South Sinai.
Sacred site for the world's three major monotheistic religions, and includes St. Catherine's Monastery as well as Mount Sinai, where according to the Bible, God spoke to Moses. Transfiguration project includes unique aspects and will completely change the city. The project aims to establish a spiritual shrine above the mountains surrounding the Holy Valley, making it a destination for spiritual, healing, and environmental tourism worldwide. Also aims to provide recreational services for visitors while preserving local nature. Transfiguration will include the establishment of more than 14 projects in the mountains surrounding Wadi Towa in the South Sinai Governorate, with the aim of transforming the region into a major religious tourism hub. The monastery's library, which holds the largest collection of ancient religious manuscripts in the world, is also currently being restored. This is happening parallel to the restoration work on churches inside the monastery, such as the churches of St. John and St. Stephen. Project is also set to improve the urban environment of the city by establishing bicycle and pedestrian lanes, as well as supporting plans to plant vegetation such as olive trees. So again, we are talking about sustainability.
And if you are looking for a real spiritual journey, all what you have to do is to visit St. Catherine and try climbing the mount over there. Well, it is a real spiritual journey, and let me tell you, it is the highest point in Sinai. You will enjoy it because usually you start at night and you spend all the night climbing up the mount, and in the morning you will enjoy a beautiful scenery from the top of the mount.
Mount St. Catherine is 2,642 meters high, which is the highest point in Sinai. Its journey is hard and requires a certain level of fitness, but the view of Sinai from the highest point deserves the journey. In winter, you can enjoy the snow that forms at the top of the mountain, along with the warmth of the awesome sunrise. Mount Sinai is a great experience. It is also known as Mount Moses, which is regarded as a sacred mountain by Muslims, Christians, and Jews, since it is where Moses received the Ten Commandments from God. Climb it by camels while admiring the scenery and enjoying the chilly weather. Tourists frequently start their day journey of this kind at night to witness the dawn from a high vantage point. What an amazing excursion!
Egypt is one of the top magical spiritual destinations in the world. When you visit Egypt, you will enjoy a lot of things. We're talking about environment, we're talking about culture, about history, we're talking about a lot of things. A place where you will have experience that you can never have elsewhere. We're talking about the cradle of all civilizations, the land of history. That was all for now. We will be back and we will bring you more about Egypt and more about the diversification of its tourism product.